This week, in case you haven't noticed, there's quite a big sporting event happening. The World Cup's on. Ding, 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 ding. And with 50 squillion people watching it across the globe, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna make a video about it in the hopes of getting a few views. Sometimes I pay attention and play the system. Not often, but sometimes. Hello, it's me again. Did you know that there is a Women's Football World Cup as well as the men's? You would be forgiven for not being aware of this fact. The Men's World Cup was first held in 1930. Do you want to guess when the first Women's World Cup was held? 1991, a mere 61 years later. The Men's World Cup is older than my grandparents, the invention of nylon, and World War II. The Women's World Cup is younger than the internet, the mobile phone, and Emma Watson. What the bloody hell was going on there? Since the 1990 World Cup in Italy, rules have stated that a small piece of land from every single country that is competing is taken to the host nation. Then all of these little patches are joined together to make the pitches, which means that all of the teams are playing on a little bit of land from their home country and lots of land from other countries. They've all got the same ratio of familiar grass to unfamiliar grass, so everyone is competing on an equal playing field. Thanks very much there for that one. Unfortunately, it wasn't until 4 years later, when the USA was hosting the World Cup and many of the games were played in San Francisco, that the organisers made a big discovery. In order to save on time and money, pitches had been built on the hills rather than flattening the land, which meant that whoever was playing uphill was at a serious disadvantage. Balls kept rolling into the goal. Since then, the rule has been added that pitches have to be flat. So now everyone's playing on a level playing field. 2 for 2. Football was invented by the Romans. No, Romans. You invented basically everything else. This is the one thing that you can't have. Everyone knows that it was the English who invented football. That one's ours. We came up with it and we shared it with the world, and now it's the most popular sport on the planet. I mean, it was probably us. It might have been the Chinese. If we collected together all of the footballs that are used throughout the World Cup tournament and we put them in one place, there would be enough to fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool, creating the world's biggest ball pool. We should do that sometime. Let's do that. If we collected together all of the tears cried by England fans when we are inevitably knocked out of the tournament at a penalty shootout, it would be enough to fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool, creating the world's biggest, well, that's just a pool, really, isn't it? Never mind. England actually won the World Cup in 1966. That's quite a little known fact because we don't go on about it that often. There's been almost the same amount of time since winning the World Cup in 1966 and the Three Lions song coming out in 1996 as there has been between the song coming out and where we are now. Well, 30 years and then 22 years, which is a fact that's just a fact without any punchline or silliness to it. Just a scary realization I had, which I thought I would share. Speaking of songs, we do actually have an official World Cup song this year, despite news outlets claiming otherwise. It's this. Hi again, my name's Rebecca and I post a new video every Wednesday. Have you got any other silly football-y World Cup facts that you want to share with the class? If you do, pop it in a comment and we'll share next week. We won't share next week. Next week's video will have nothing to do with this one. I don't know why I said that. I will, however, read them all, like there's going to be lots of them, and laugh at or learn from them. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back next week, but in the meantime, please remember to work hard, laugh harder, and always accept a hug. Bye! I will, however... Are you kidding me? I swear, the trains all line up and they wait for me to try and do my outro. Because I get so close every week. And then there's about 6 at once. Broccoli is the place to be.